Hi everyone. In last lecture, we will discuss at type 5 to finding the particular integral for the function of the type x into of the type x equal to x raised to the power n cos ax or x is equal to x raised to the power n sin ax. Okay, and we discuss the method how to evaluate the particular integral for such type of function, and by using this method we solve one problem. So we will continue that topic into this lecture also. So in this lecture, we will try to solve one more problem which is related to this type. So given example is solve d raised to the power 4y by dx square plus 2 into dy by dx plus y is equal to x square cos x. So given differential equation is, suppose what is the method to evaluate this equation? First we write the given differential equation and call as equation number 1. Then we have to write this equation in symbolic form. So here equation 1 can be written in symbolic form as, so how we can write equation in symbolic form? We have to just replace the first derivative by d, second derivative by d square, and so on. So here the fourth derivative is present, so we can write this equation as d raised to the power 4 plus second is 2. Here the problem is d2y by dx square. So here the second derivative is present, so this can be written as a d square plus here 1, and taking y is common from all this equation, which is equal to x square cos x. So this is the equation in symbolic form called as equation number 2. Now we have to obtain the complete solution of this equation. So complete solution is given by, complete solution is written as CS is equal to value of y, which is given by the value of complementary function plus value of particular integral. Suppose we call it as equation number 3. Now we divide this equation into two types. One is to find the complementary function, and second is to find the particular integral. So next is, first we have to going to start the method to finding the complementary function. So to find complementary function. So how to find the complementary function? We first write the auxiliary equation of the given differential equation and then try to find the roots of the equation. So auxiliary equation is d raised to the power 4 plus 2d square plus 1 is into y is equal to 0. Taking y on that side, we get d raised to the power 4 plus 2d square plus 1 equal to 0. So this is the auxiliary equation. So this equation has an order 4. So it has a fourth root. The number of root we get by solving this equation is total 4. So based upon that 4 roots, we have to write the complementary function. So first we have to find the root of this equation. So if you observe that this equation can be written as d square plus 1 whole square equal to 0. Because if you split this bracket, a plus b square is a square plus twice ab plus b square, so we get this answer. So from this equation, we can write d square plus 1 into d square plus 1 is equal to 0. So implies d square plus 1 equal to 0, and again d square plus 1 equal to 0. So d square plus 1 equal to 0 means d square equal to minus 1, and again d square equal to minus 1. So minus 1 is nothing but the I square. So from this equation we can write d equal to, here the minus 1 is equal to I square, so taking square root we get plus minus I, and again second value is again plus minus I. So what is the nature of the roots? Here roots are complex, and there are the four roots. One is root with plus one, second is minus one, again plus one, minus one. Means these two roots are repeated, the complex and repeat. Okay. So we have to write the complementary function is equal to, if there is a complex root, then we can write as e to the power alpha x, here constant, into cos beta x, again here constant, into sine beta x. So this is a method to write the solution of complementary function when the roots are complex. So if there is only one pair of the complex number, so the equation has resultant two arbitrary constant. So we directly written as C1 and here C2. But there are the four roots of this equation. So there are the four arbitrary constant and roots are repeated. So we discuss the case for real number when the roots are repeated. So we have to apply that case here. So when the roots are repeated, so we can write C1 plus C2x, and same term appears here, only the changes is constant may be different. So after C3 it is C3 plus C4x, and by comparing this equation as alpha plus minus I beta, so we get alpha is absent here, so alpha is equal to 0 and the coefficient of I is 1, so beta is equal to 1. So resubstituting this value in this equation, we get e to the power 0x in bracket c1 plus c2x into cos x plus c3 c4x into sin x. So e to the power 0x is 1. So we get c1 plus c2x cos x plus c3 plus c4x into sin x. So this is the value of the complementary function for this differential equation. Now next case, we have to find the particular integral for given differential equation. To find particular integral, so first we write the formula to obtain the particular integral. So particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of t into x. So we replace the value of f of d and x. 1 upon, what is the value for f of d? It is a d raised to the power 4 plus 2d square plus 1, and the value of x is here x square into cos x. Okay. So from this equation, we can write this equation as d raised to the power 4 plus 2d square plus 1, also can be written as d square plus 1 whole square. We already discussed in this complementary function. So this term is equal to this value into x square cos x. Okay. Next, come to our case. So when there is a x raised to the power n into cos ax or x raised to the power n into sin ax, then we have to use a complex number. So we know that what we know that e to the power ix is equal to cos x plus I sin x. So here the angle is x. So angle is x. Only the changes is cos x is multiplied by x square. So we have to multiply this equation by x square. So we get x square into e to the power ix is equal to x square into cos x plus I into x square into sin x. So which is the term present in this problem? So here we have to find the particular integral for the function x square cos x. This number is separated into two types. One is called a real part and one is called the imaginary part, and x square cos x is a real part of that equation. So by replacing this, we can write this equation as 1 upon d square plus 1 square x square into e to the power ix, and x square e to the power ix contain both the parts, but we only interested in x square into cos x, which is the real part. So we write here a real part of. Okay, now we have to solve this equation. So if you remember type number 4, in type 4 there is a function of the type e to the power ax into v. Means there is a product of two functions from which one function is exponential. So here there again a product of two functions from which one function is exponential. We have to solve this example by using type 4. So what we do in type 4, we have to replace d by d plus a, where a is a coefficient of x and taking e to the power ax outside the operator. So by using this, we can write this as real part. Now e to the power ix, taking outside the operator, 1 upon, so here d, the coefficient of x is I, so d is replaced by d plus I. So we get d plus I square plus 1 whole square into x square. So by expanding this equation, we get real part of e to the power ix 1 upon squaring the bracket a plus b square, we get a square plus twice eb plus b square plus 1 whole square into x square, which is also written as a real part of e to the power ix 1 upon d square plus 2id. Now here, if you observe that there is a I square, and we know that what is the value for I square? I square is equal to minus 1. So by putting I square equal to minus 1, we get minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. So only term remaining here d square plus 2id, and the bracket square is square into x square. So now we have to evaluate this term to find the required particular integral. So if you observe here that this is a term x square. So we try to solve this problem by using type 3. So what is in type 3? In type 3, we have to make the adjustment here that we have to common the lowest degree term and make sure that the one term is present where 1 is the first term. And by doing this, we can take a lowest degree term common. So before that, we expand this bracket. So by solving this, we get real part of e to the power ix 1 upon. So if you expand this bracket, so we have to use again a plus b square. The formula is a square, that is d raised to the power 4, plus twice ab. So we get 4i d cube plus 4i square d square into x square by using a plus b square. This equation can be written as real part of e to the power ix 1 upon d raised to the power 4 plus 4i d cube. Now here my I square is present and I square can be written as minus 1. So we get minus 4d square into x square. Now to solve this problem by using a type 3, we have to take a lowest degree term is common from this side and making the first term as 1. So this term has a degree 4, this term has a degree 3, and this term has a degree 2. So it is a lowest degree term. So we can take this term as common. So we get a real part of e to the power ix. So which term is present here? Lowest degree term is minus 4d square. So we get minus 4d square as common, and by taking this term as common, 1 is remaining here. So 1, these two terms are positive and we take minus 4 as negative. So we get minus term d raised to the power 4 plus 4i d cube upon 4d square. Because here the 4d square is absent. So we have multiplied the 4d square and we divide the 4d square. So 1 is common and 1 is remaining there. and obvious these terms are present in denominator. So when we write this term in numerator, we have to write as raised to the power minus 1 into x square. Now we can solve this term now. So we get the real part of e to the power ix 1 upon minus 4d square. So first, we always remember that if there is any d present in a denominator, so first we have to adjust this term and then apply the binomial expansion. Otherwise, it is very difficult to evaluate the problem correctly. So first, we just divide by d square. So when we divide by d square, so here we get d square plus 4id. Taking d square as common and cancelling with d square, we get d square plus 4id upon 4, because d square cancel, raised to the power minus 1 into x square. Now we use the result. So which result we have to use here? So we know that binomial expansion is, so what is the binomial expansion? 1 minus x raised to the power minus 1 is equal to 1 plus x plus x square up to so on. So this is a binomial expansion. So we have to apply this binomial expansion here. So by using binomial expansion, we get real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4d square. So where we have to expand this term, it all depends upon the power of this term. If there is a power 2, then we have to expand this bracket up to power 2 only. So by using this result, we get 1 plus x matlab this complete bracket, d square plus 4id by 4 plus x square d square plus 4id by 4 square plus up to so on into x square. Now we have to just evaluate this. So real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4d square 1 plus. Now observe that here x square is present. Here x square is present. So how many derivative of x square is exist? So suppose we have to find the derivative of first derivative of x square. So first derivative of x square, we get twice x. Second derivative of x square, we get 2. And when we find the third derivative of x square, we get 0. If the third derivative is 0, then fourth derivative, fifth derivative, sixth derivative, all the derivatives are 0. So we are interested only the derivative up to second order, because when there is a derivative of third order comes, its value becomes 0, and this is the expansion where there are the infinite number of terms added and subtract. So when we added a 0 or subtract 0, so answer will never be changed. So we have to take only those terms of d where the maximum power is d square. So by taking concern of this situation, we write this as here the second derivative is present and the second derivative always exists. So this is our term d square upon 4. It is our first term, d square upon 4 plus second term is 4 get cancelled, we get id plus. Now from this equation, we have the square of this bracket. The square of 4 is 16 as it is, and inside the bracket there is a formula. We have to use the formula for a plus b square. So here when we write a square, so d square square, that is power, is d raised to the power 4. So d raised to the power 4 is 0, so just neglect that term. Second term is twice AB, combination of AB, the 2 and 1, the power is 3, and again the third power, that is derivative of third derivative of this term is 0, so just again neglect that term. And the last term is present at the square of this term. So here the square of 4 is 16, the square of I is I square, and the square of this term is t square, plus up to so on into x square. So just collecting the terms, so we get real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4d square in bracket 1 plus, what are the terms of d? Only one term are present, is id, plus d square by 4 plus, sorry, plus 16 get cancelled. So here I square equal to minus 1, so we get here minus, and the term is d square into x square, and we neglect d cube and higher, because the derivative, all the terms involving a derivative of this order becomes 0. So from this we can write this equation is equal to a real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4d square in bracket. So just we operate x square term by term. So 1 into x square, we get x square. The first term is x square plus I into d of x square, means derivative of x square. So derivative of x square is twice x. We already find here derivative of x square is twice x. Second term is, third term is 1 by 4 into second derivative of x square. So second derivative of x square is 2 minus, again the second derivative of x square is 2. So therefore this equation can be written as a real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4d square in bracket, first term is x square, second term is 2ix, and here we make the calculation. So 2 by 4 means 1 by 2 and minus 2. So 1 by 2 minus 2 is given by minus 3 by 2. Okay. So actually the problem is not a here, because there is also again a d present here. So real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4. Now here d square is present. So what is meant by d? D means derivative with respect to x. So what is a reciprocal of d? The reciprocal of d is integration. And here there are the two d's, that is d square. So we have to take a double integration of this term. So I just split into first integration into first integration. So we take d as it is, and one we operate 1d, and 1 upon d of this means integration of this term. So what is the integration of this term? So we evaluate this integration by using a standard result. So integration of x square is x cube by 3 plus 2I constant. Integration of x is x square by 2 minus 3 by 2, and integration of x1 is x. Again we apply integration second times. So e to the power ix upon minus 4. Again we take the integration of this term. The integration of x cube is x raised to the power 4 upon 4. So 4 into 3 is 12 plus 2 to get cancelled. I as it is. Integration of x square is x cube by 3 minus 3 by 2 into integration of x is x square by 2. So we just collect the terms. So real part of e to the power ix upon minus 4. The first term is x raised to the power 4 by 12 plus second term is ix cube by 3, and third term is 3x square by 4. So now we take 12 as outside the bracket. So we get a real part of e to the power ix. When we will take 12 outside the bracket. So 12 into 4 is 48 minus 48. So there is a 12. So here x raised to the power 4. Here the 3 means we have to multiply by 4 and multiply by 4. So we get 4i x cube, and here 12 means multiply by 3. So we get minus 9x square by adjusting the term. Now this is our final answer, but not a desirable answer, because we have to evaluate, we have to separate the real part from that equation. So we know that e to the power ix is equal to cos x plus I sin x. So we just replace the value of that term. So e to the power ix equal to cos x plus I sin x upon minus 48, and the term is x raised to the power 4 plus 4ix cube minus 9x square. So which is equal to, so here minus 1 upon 48 is a constant, so no problem for this constant term, and we have to separate the real part from this equation. So first we have to multiply this bracket by this bracket, and we obtain the terms. Some terms contain I and some term not containing I. The term which contain I is an imaginary term, and the term which do not contain I is a real part, or real term from that equation. So we have to just collect only real term. So we do multiplication and we directly write the terms which is free from I. So when we first multiply by first term, we get x raised to the power 4 into cos x. So there is no I present. So here we get the first term as x raised to the power 4 into cos x. Second, cos x into this. So this term contain I. So here I is present. So this is the imaginary term, and we have to only collect the real part. So exclude that term. Last term is minus 9x square into cos x. That is again a real part. So we can write 9x square into cos x. Now similarly, we can multiply by second term. So I, and there is no I. So I, the multiplication contains the I, and I is the imaginary part. So just exclude this term. From second terms, we get I into I, and I into I is minus 1. So I is removed from this term, so it is a real term. So we get minus 4x cube. Why minus? Plus plus plus, and I square is minus, therefore minus. So minus 4x cube into sin x. And third term I, and there is no I, so it contains I, which is the imaginary parts. So we deals with only a real part. So this is our answer. So we just adjusting this term, we multiply this equation by minus, so we get 1 upon 48 into, so this term is negative, this term is negative, so it becomes positive, 9x square cos x plus 4x cube sin x minus x raised to the power 4 cos x. Okay. So which is equal to 1 upon 48. So what we take? We take a common cos x from first and last term. So we write this term as 9x square minus x raised to the power 4 into cos x plus, this is 4x cube into sin x, and this 48 is multiplied by all this term. So this is a value for particular integral, and this integral is free from d, so it is our final answer. So what we do last, we have to just combine the complementary function plus particular integral. So therefore complete solution is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. So complete solution means the value of y is equal to the value of complementary function. We already find c1 plus c2x cos x plus c3 c4x into sin x, and the value of particular integral is 1 upon 48 in bracket 9x square minus x raised to the power 4 into cos x plus 4x cube into sin x. So this is our final answer for this given differential equation. So in last lecture we will discuss one problem which contain a term of sine. For that, we use a concept of imaginary part, and here in problem right hand side the contains a term of cos. So in this problem we use the concept of real part. So by using this concept we can evaluate any problem where the term on right hand side is of the form x raised to the power n into cos ax or x raised to the power n into sin ax. So this is one more example on the case which will be discussed in last lecture. So thanks for watching.